What's going on, guys? Welcome back to BlackTideTV. In today's video, I'd like to talk to you guys about my most anticipated release of 2018 thus far. It was just recently announced, like yesterday, and I am so pumped for Burnout Paradise Remastered. It's coming out March 16th, so it's just around the corner, and it was just announced. So I am so hyped. It is absolutely my favorite racing game of all time. It came out on the PlayStation 3 years and years and years ago, and to this day I have not played a better racing game. Some of the more recent Need for Speed games, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, Need for Speed Most Wanted, the newer, the reamped versions for PlayStation 4, the ones that have nothing to do with the PlayStation 2 versions, those ones were pretty okay because they were made by Criterion Games, the same kind of developer behind Burnout Paradise back in the day. EA acquired Criterion Games, and they've been put onto the Need for Speed bandwagon. They've been really pushing Need for Speed. Unfortunately, the last 2 or 3 Need for Speed games, there was a Need for Speed self-titled, and there was another Need for Speed Payback, I think, came out last year, which got incredibly bad reviews. I was thinking about picking it up myself because I did like Hot Pursuit and I did like Most Wanted, those newer versions of those 2 titles. But apparently the newer Need for Speed self-titled and the Need for Speed Payback were really bad. And it's great to see that we're going to have a good racing game again. Here you're seeing the crew gameplay. Obviously I can't show you Burnout Paradise gameplay because I don't have it anymore. I barely play my PS3 anymore, and I don't have an HD 60 capture card to capture footage from my PlayStation 3. So to have this game coming out finally again, there's been rumors for months and months that Burnout Paradise might see a remaster soon, and I was waiting, and I've been so excited for it, and now it's finally here. 4-player co-op. All of the DLC will be included, including Big Surf Island, including all of those crazy car packs. It cost so much money in the original game where you were like, oh my god, like look, the McLaren or whatever, and you're like, oh, I want that car so bad, but it's like $4.99 to get that car and like one other supercar. All of that is included in the original game for Burnout Paradise Remastered. Every piece of DLC. There were some rumors just like really quickly came out right after the release of like the trailer for Burnout Paradise Remastered. They were talking, oh, EA might put microtransactions into it, and people started freaking out. But Criterion Games has come out and EA have come out and they're like, nope, there will not be microtransactions. You get what you pay for, you get all of the DLC, you get everything with this game. We're talking bikes, mini cars, the Enforcer pack with all of the CoOp versions of the in-game vehicles, Big Surf Island, as I've said, that's all included in the price of Burnout Paradise Remastered. I feel like I'm giving you an advertisement right now because I am so incredibly excited for this game. I never had a chance to experience all of that DLC in the original. I got Big Surf Island because it was the major DLC that included an entirely new area, but I was never fortunate enough to be able to buy each and every one of the car packs. Every time a new car pack came out, I was like, oh my god, look at those cars. Couldn't get them myself. So to have them all included, it's such a great idea to include all of that. It's coming out PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and then in a couple months it'll be out on PC. My mind is blown. 4-player co-op too. I was really hoping that they would include a co-op mode. I couldn't remember if the original was in co-op. I remember you could set times for each of the streets and you could compete with people online, but I don't think I ever played with other people in the same lobby, like playing racing against other people. So it is really cool that we'll have 4-player co-op in this remaster. We can race against each other, we can drive around and do the stunt portions, we can show each other all of the cool billboard jumps and just take each other down in the takedown missions. That game was so innovative for its time, Burnout Paradise. So many cool elements, like driving through the gas stations to refill your boost, the different types of boost, the stunt boost, which you could fill by doing tricks and driving in oncoming traffic, the toughness cars where you would knock other cars off the road and different cars were rated at different strengths. Then you had your racing vehicles where you couldn't use the boost whenever you wanted. You actually had to fill the entire boost and use it all in one shot, but it would send you flying. And some of those speed cars, the way that the customization works, the way that the game is focused on the cars themselves and on driving itself. It's all a big playground. It's an automobile playground, this Paradise Island. There was no real purpose to the game. all you really did was drive around and do missions at each of the intersections on the map. There was no people talking in your ear and, oh, you gotta go do this mission, you gotta win this race to save the gang. That's what the crew is all about. I still haven't completed the campaign. Whenever I come back to this game, it's 1,000 times more complicated than when I left it. The infrastructure of the menu system here in the crew is a pain in the ass. It's so difficult to just get in the car and drive. Let me get into the game and drive from each of my races to the next. Instead, it's loading screen, loading screen, loading screen. Tell me about the plot. Fast travel. If there is a fast travel feature in your racing game that I want to use more than I want to actually drive to the next race, there is an issue with your racing game. I should want to drive in the open world like I do with Burnout Paradise. I never want to leave Burnout Paradise when I'm playing it. I always want to keep driving and keep going and just one more race. The Crew was a great game and it's a cool idea. I'd love to see a business like Google with the resources of Google Maps where they have geotagged the entire world. I'd love to see a company like that take on a project like the Crew where they could have everywhere in the States available to you, but they don't. I was super hyped about the Crew 2, I made a video about that, but I'm gonna say forget about that game now because Burnout Paradise Remastered. Hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.